Hello, everyone. Thank you for the wait. Let's dive right into the chart. On our daily chart, we have very little volatility overhead based on our last upward leg. We had our mean reversion condition. We saw our clean mean reversion, and we rode up along to the LOXP, which was at a 240 period. And once that expired, you guessed it, this candle trend could once again resume. And it has since done so. Now, the one interesting part about this is currently presenting as a tapered trend, which will not generate us a longest over expanded period on a daily time frame. So we need to go to the 4-hour chart. Beautiful. Now we are getting some odd clouding here, and that makes me want to take a look at a better resolution. Can you give me the 2-hour chart? Okay, that's better. Yeah, so important note, if you ever see volatility overhead coming up through here and you see it get re-expanded into a new cloud, that is not good, right? That is going to mean your reading is inaccurate. So what you want to do is you want to go to a time frame that separates the cloud from the actual longest over expanded period, right? Because expansion above volatility overhead is going to encounter higher resistance than typical trend would. So what do? We base it on the disconnected cloud, which is the 220 period, which is this here. And you will notice that this is currently mean reverting. Now, it would be really nice, convenient, and bullish if we went to the 8-hour chart and we got ourselves this nice LOXP and said, oh, look, we're riding above the longest over expanded period. And while this looks nice and valid, I am hesitant to consistently rely on such signals. You want clear, red, clean clouds. So you find the proper resolution, and that actually shows you proper mean reversion, right? So we have an actual longest over expanded period of a single cloud, and it mean reverts, and look how accurate this is. It's great. So you adapt the time frame to match the resolution and clarity of the toolset. Oh, it's actually extremely interesting to see how cleanly this is trading in our CLCP. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down. We break it, and up and down. It's nice. CLCP tends to be a very reliable range indicator, which say if you are having an active bearish mean reversion, it can be good to take shorts based on the swing highs in the direction of the mean reversion. So clean and simple, right? What does that mean in actual direction for Bitcoin, though? Do we have implied direction? I would say no. We're ranging at all-time high, and I'm going to call it a neutral chart. I know. Crazy, right? So what do we have to rely on? The lack of volatility overhead on the daily chart. So what that means is, sure, this can go any direction it wants, and it should not be impeded. And that is not a clear endorsement of either direction, other than it's really high right now. Why won't it go higher? Some people think that, and people buy off that kind of information. So if you're the type of person who likes to risk their money based solely on that kind of speculation, go ahead. If you have an active long position, you can stay in it because what? You're on a very long, year-long upward trend. Honestly, that's what I'm doing. Where did we enter? You guys remember? It was this beautiful expansion. It clearly danced, and I just had monthly buys in this entire range. It was excellent. And now we've just been sitting on that. Took some profit here. It's fine. Didn't really re-enter, but didn't see a good opportunity to do so. Why? Well, because we haven't had a clear upward re-expansion, except one might argue this was rather nice, but now it's currently a completed mean version. So, no implied direction. Let's take a look at the questions you have dropped for me in chat. RSR, RSR, USDT. Okay. The scale of this thing is hard to look past. Goodness. Okay. So, like, what is the range? Okay. I see your interest. Daily says no volatility overhead. Cool. 8-hour chart says noise. 4-hour chart says would you look at that? More noise. Is there anything on the 1-hour chart? Do we have maybe a potential compression play? No, but these longest over expanded periods are extremely clean. This is actually a great range trading chart. These these are very volatile moves too. You have a downward expansion. How large does that mean inversion? 4% on the hourly chart? That's excellent. You have this here. You have active mean inversion marked here, so you saw the swing high. Mean inversion, that's 4%. Active mean inversion, but you get no entry. These are extremely clean. Like, look at this. Mean inversion activates, immediately touches CLCP, mean inverts. Honestly, this is, if you want to day trade this, I would recommend doing so. This is very beautiful. And you would be doing so with the potential promise of a continuation of this poorly defined upward momentum. So, if you can find a bullish expansion on a lower time frame, I'd keep an eye on it. This is a nice chart. Let's take a look at XRP. Ooh. Some wacky volatility. But it's actually extremely well defined. That's beautiful. Right? What do we see? Clean expansion. Excellent. Breaks. What happens? Our mean inversion expires on which candle? You're going to love this. The reliability of these tools is silly, right? Longest over expanded. What are we reading? 300? Where does the 300 period turn green? In other words, goes below 0.7 at this line. Guess what happens at this line? What the hell? So what can we do? You go to a lower time frame, we define our longest over expanded period, which is a clean cloud. Are we bouncing off of it? Yes, we are. Great chart. If you just want to take this long, go ahead. If it breaks, then you sell the mean reversion. Yeah, buy XRP. Looks good. You know, you're very clearly defined range, 5%, and then you bet on trend continue. 5% too big, excuse me. You have a trailing stop loss based on your longest of expanded period. So I would go 3-4% below it, and then you bet on either trend continuation or local swing high. But great find. That's a really clean expansion. I like it. Excellent work. Sell it. Let's take a look at link. Chain link. Okay. Boy, link is just so cyclical. I mean, the lows and highs, it's just so big. It's just really, and I say this every time I look at this chart, it's just so convincing to buy when the price is low and then, like, who knows, maybe double your money. It's not scientific. Um, Holy hell. You should definitely buy, like, right now, though. Bounce off the longest overexpanded period. Love it. Perfect. Beautiful. Excellent. So how do you play this? You set yourself 2% stop loss. What do you aim for? Do you want to go for double or nothing? Sure. Actually, it's not double or nothing. It's double or minus 5%. So if you want to take a 20-to-1 position on Link, go ahead. I endorse that. That's very funny. It's very funny and not all that unrealistic. Because this is the cleanest impulse since the last upward leg. Just buy the swing low. Like, you'll immediately stop out if things go wrong, and that's great. But your upside is just so silly. It's just so cyclical. And then, of course, as previously stated, you break the mean inversion, you sell a swing high, and you chase the mean inversion. So you stop out, you wait for the swing high, and then you play the mean inversion. Beautiful. Great charts you're giving me today, guys. Thank you. You guys are getting better at the strategy because you are recommending better charts to look at. So that means you're actually looking. I love it. SBTC. I bought some protein powder and creatine today. Hooray! I'll give you a personal update. Why not? Sorry for the lack of live streams. I cycled down most of the Vietnamese coastline with 3 changes of clothes and a phone charger. And that was a lot of fun. I lived off of the Asian version of Gatorade, um, fish from local markets, and Thai Red Bull. Excellent journey. I highly recommend it. F, you got a clean expansion, but you don't have an entry. So set an alert, wait for the bounce on the longest overexpanded period. Hooray! Is that it? I think so. PL. I'm feeling a little stupid right now. I don't remember what that ticker means. I'm sorry. It's been a while. All right, is this platinum? Do you want platinum? Platinum futures. Okay, good. I should know the fucking price of platinum. As you know, I do a lot of jewelry work for my other business, and Wow, this is actually kind of annoying to see. I made dice sets out of like 50 plus grams of platinum, and I've been working on a new design, and it's basically ready to send to production when I began my cycling trip. Um, no, I see this, so hooray! All right. I don't see how you enter this at this current time, but otherwise, good video. I'll talk to you later. Ciao.